All right, great news. We are going to do these straight-legged hip cars together, lying on our side. So come down to the floor, grab a block or something for your head to be comfortable. Get on your left side or one side. You can mirror me, whatever feels most comfortable. Get some profile on that bottom leg. So bend the knee, pull it up a bit. With your top arm, you can push into the floor so you have some stability. We're all about creating stability here. And then your top leg is going to be your working leg. You knew that already. I'll show you 3 reps from this orientation, and then I'll rotate a bit, and we'll do the last 2 together from a different position, just so you have, if you have questions, you can kind of see what's happening. All right, 2 things to be mindful of. All the movement you have happens right here, not in the spine. The way you can see that, the way I can see it, is if my shirt wrinkles here and unwrinkles, that means I'm hiking this hip to get more space, just like we would do standing. And the other thing that might happen is your hips might open to the ceiling and rotate up and try to help get more space back here. That's also a no-no. No spinal movement, just hip. Let's go ahead and try it. Take a breath in, exhale the ribs back, or all the air out. Feel how much space or how much sensation you have on this bottom waist, and try to keep that consistent through the whole round here. All right, go ahead and kick your leg forward until you feel that hamstring and glute stretch. Don't go so far that you feel your low back start to round or your tail tuck under. When you go as far as you can, lift the leg, keeping the foot parallel to the floor as high as you can. Woo! When it stops moving, mine literally just stops. Go ahead and start to scoop or scrape your heel back. So like you're trying to scrape dog poop off your leg on the ceiling. Be real mindful of this side right here. If you feel your waist to get deeper on or firmer on the floor, readjust and get back to position. When your leg, you look down and you see your heel is in line with your hip and shoulders, that's all the farther you have to go. You do not need to go way back there right now. Sink it down till your ankle is parallel to your hip, and then push back. No low back, just fire up that glute. Feel that booty burn. Yeah. Lift straight up, keep your toe pointing forward. When again, it won't go any further, you can start to arc your leg forward. Usually you can get a little height here without letting that waist dip. Again, always seeking for more space is going to help you out until your leg comes forward, probably about the space it was kicking into earlier. So again, tail's not tucked, low back is not bumping back, and then reach your leg back down to the floor. 1 rep. We'll go a little faster these next 4 reps, okay? I like to start with an exhale, just so I can feel some firmness and cut down on some of the movement, the extraneous or compensatory movement here. Lift, scrape the heel back. See, this isn't so bad. Float the ankle down in line with the hip and shoulder. Kick straight back or push straight back. Feel that glute fire hard. Lift, 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 lift. Don't hike this hip. Keep it in line. Start to drag the toe forward. Arc it a little higher if it can. Then back down right in front of you. And home. 1 more. Nice. Should feel more challenging, yeah? Kick it back. Lift it up. Stay light on this inside, this bottom hip, bottom waist. Ugh. Kick it long. I'm going to change my orientation. We've got 2 more on the same leg. Don't switch legs. Okay, so just so you can see what's happening from this direction. Here we go. And I recommend if you are wondering what's going on, you're like, I don't think I feel anything moving, but how do I know? I recommend you filming yourself doing this. When the leg's in line, I bring it down, then kick it back, lift. That toe should be pointed toward the wall ahead of you basically the entire time, I guess except right here. Maybe then it's pointing to the wall your head is pointing to. Ooh, I've got 1 more. And don't try to duplicate, just like any of these mobility drills, the position you see my foot going in. Like if my foot's a foot and a half off the ground, yours has to be. No, it's all unique, oops, kick back, to the individual. So we all have different ranges depending on the specific degree of this arc that we're moving through. So do not try to make it look the same. Make it feel the same. This should suck right now, right? Okay, done with that first leg. Let's switch sides. The reason this is more challenging, I'm sure you know about the physics of it. It's a longer lever, right? Our leg's heavier when when the foot's out there versus the legs bent. Also, you might be feeling more limitation with this hamstring tightness at the front of the kick or the leg extension. Don't let that be, the reason you end up going out of position. Okay, so if this is where you go, if it's a smaller circle because your hamstring is participating, whatever, that's fine. You're still going to get benefits from it. Okay, make sure that bottom leg has some bend to it so you feel nice and stable there. Top hand is driving into the floor, and let's start from the top, aka the bottom. Here we go. Check that your waist has got the same, like you've got a stacked hip here versus a hike or a drop, and kick forward. Lift it up. Woo! Drag it back. Don't let your pelvis open to the ceiling right here. This is a tricky one. Also, the waist dipping is a tricky one. Float it down in line. Lift it up. Kick it forward. I forgot to kick it back. Dang it. Did you forget? It's okay. We'll get it next time. Kick it forward. Lift, 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 lift. Feel this, check in with this waist, check in with that rotation of the pelvis. Don't let it happen. Drag the heel back, nothing else. Float it down. Now we kick straight behind us. Fire that glute up, feel that squeeze. Double down on this position here. Don't let that waist dip. You could even put something right there. Go as high as you can. Arc it over and forward and down. That's 2. Ooh, ankles. Rep 3, here we go. Kick and lift. In fact, I try to keep my pelvis pointing this way or even rotating down when I start to feel it trying to kind of go the other way. I kind of double down on making it go that way. Drive it back. Lift, 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 lift. Ooh, this is the suckiest part for me. What about you? 3 is done. I'll change orientation again. Keep going. Last 2. Here we go. Kick it forward. Lift. Drag it back. Notice if you start to feel your back get closer to the floor, you've opened your hip. Don't let that happen. Drive it back. Hip extension. Low back is chill right now. You can touch it and feel the muscles are soft, right? If they are tense, you've gone too far. Whoa! One more. Whew. It's been a week since I've done these. I feel terrible in a refreshing sort of way. Last one, best one. Keep that knee locked out. I was telling myself that. Extension. This is abduction. And then we have flexion. And then back to neutral. Ha. Okay. Nicely done. Feeling the things. I'm hoping you're feeling that too. And remember, with all these CARs especially, the more you practice, the better you'll be able to feel when you're compensating. So if it's feeling messy or just disconnected, don't worry, that's part of the process. As you practice these, they'll get smoother and smoother and stronger. You'll have better neurological control. You'll have better command of the range you're working on right here, and you'll be stronger. These are level 2 hip CARs, maybe level 3. Anyway, they count for strength training. Nice work.